I graduated college with a physics degree, math minor, and computer science minor with cum laude in 3 years' time and did it without taking any notes. How? Well, that's what I'm covering in this video, so strap in. Firstly, quick background. I have taken notes in my life from kindergarten to part of high school, but starting around sophomore year of high school, something drastically changed. I realized that it's more efficient to do your homework for other classes in the current class. And to be completely transparent, my handwriting is so shit that I couldn't even read my own notes even if I wanted to. That, and I found the lectures to be so boring that the only way to stay awake was to do other things. I always found it amazing that my college roommates were so diligent about staying awake in class taking notes the entire hour while I started feeling drowsy in 5 minutes. So it might be just a me thing, but because of this affliction, I needed to come up with my own way of doing well in school. That method is as follows. Firstly, as a backup plan, make good friends that understand your affliction, that don't mind helping you out when you're confused. I'm seriously thankful that my 2 roommates were also physics majors and that we studied together all the time. But in my final year, I didn't have the same classes as them. So the way I survived was by reading the bloody textbook and doing all the example problems. Also, lots of cramming. That's how I got through all of college and the majority of high school. For exams, professors usually give some sort of study guide or idea of what's going to show up. Pay close attention to that and focus on studying those things as a priority. Another big tip is to try and understand how your professors think. I actually worked part-time in college as one of 2 physics workshop instructors. Every week, I needed to create a worksheet of practice problems for people at the beginner physics level to help them understand certain chapters they were learning. The way me and my coworker created these problems is by referencing the exercises in different textbooks out there and changing up the numbers. This happens to be the same way that many professors create their exams as well, so definitely check out what other textbooks are popular out there, or you can just ask your professors what alternative textbooks they like and recommend. Because let me tell you, my friends, some professors and teachers are lazy, or I'd like to think they're efficient and don't want to create original questions for the exam. Take advantage of that. You can even ask upperclassmen who have taken your classes if it's possible to see their material. A story that highlights this point was a moment in my AP government class in high school that I'll never forget. The teacher was announcing that the 200-question multiple choice test was graded, and for the first time in 5 years, someone got a perfect score. I was thinking, that's cool. Then he says my name, and I'm like, what? I did not feel proud. Instead, I felt kind of guilty because all I did was look up practice questions online the night before to study, and the test happened to have nearly identical questions. I didn't do anything special, so I felt like I didn't deserve that shout out. In fact, I felt bad because I never paid attention in that class. But the one lesson I took away from that day is that this is what it takes to get good grades without taking notes. As an extra thought, if I were to do it all over now, I would actually use ChatGPT to tell me what they think are the most popular textbooks, workbooks, and perhaps create practice problems based on the chapters you're studying. Not sure if it would work well since, I don't need to do that anymore and I'm not going to test it out, but I do use ChatGPT to study random science for fun on occasion, and it seems to be pretty good at teaching. Either way, that's how I personally graduated college and high school without taking notes. Honestly, perhaps a hot take here, and this will also depend on what subject you're studying, but I think taking notes in school is a waste of time. I also didn't take notes when I was in Japanese language school last year, but I feel like I didn't have to. The material that the class gave out are basically the notes. Most subjects in school are already so well documented, you can find amazing notes taken for you already. Yet the majority of class time seems to be teachers just reading off of their notes for you to take some more notes. And I think that's the worst way to conduct a class. Real learning is all about practice and utilization of knowledge. Note-taking in school is like the opposite of that. Simple copying of knowledge on a piece of paper or digital document in hopes that it sticks to your brain more because you wrote it down. Screw that. Classes should be about practicing the knowledge to fully understand something so that you don't need to take notes of it because you know it theoretically and practically. And if you ever needed a refresher, the best set of notes should already be available to you through the class. Unfortunately, most schools are not like that. And at the end of the day, the fate of notes taken in school are to be left in a cabinet forever or burned in a big bonfire at the end of the school year. And don't get me wrong, notes in general aren't useless. I use them plenty to organize projects and thoughts. I just think it's pointless to take notes in school. But that's just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you guys found the video useful at all, consider giving a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one.